I'm Stormy O'Donnell. Today's Global Joe is brought to you by Telecomcareers.com.
I'm Sean Kinney. Each morning here on Global Joe, our goal is to provide you with the latest telecom and ICT news from around the world. You can impress your friends at work each day with all that you learned over a cup of coffee with us.
And if you don't learn anything else, you'll at least like this video. In Japan, NTT DoCoMo has a unique way to sell its customers on LTE. Now, the advertisement demonstrates how you can fry shrimp in 3 seconds. We're not really sure what it has to do with LTE, but that's pretty impressive.
Let's take a look.
卵はあらかじめ溶いて入れます。小麦粉は入れすぎに注意してください。エビは丁寧にレーンに入れます。あとはボタンを押す。
Well, if you didn't know what you're doing for dinner tonight, now you've got a recipe.
Yeah, I'm sold.
Might be a recipe for disaster, but it could turn out well. And other big news we're following this morning, SK Telecom has developed 2 core technologies for 5G. Now, one of them is called orchestration. It helps engineer design and develop mobile services through a cloud network. The other technology, called Cloud Virtualization Radio Access Network, builds base stations for the 5G network. It was co-developed by Nokia, using cloud computing technology to put invisible networks and base stations into virtual space.
Yeah, another story we're looking at today, Bharti Airtel is making some big price cuts. The company announced that it's cutting prices for 4G below the price for its 3G service. This is a move designed to prepare for the launch of 4G by Reliance. That company announced an unlimited data plan last week, and executives say it's not a promotional gimmick, but a way of announcing that they are here for the long haul and will be a big player in several markets. Reliance will be in direct competition with Bharti Airtel over 4G service offerings. Another story we're looking at this morning, officials with the European Commission are again pushing for a unified telecommunications market to cover the 28 member countries of the EU. The goal is to get rid of roaming rates in the European Union and harmonize broadband spectrum use and also push for net neutrality. European Commission Vice President Andrus Ansip said a single telecom market could save EU companies and consumers more than $300 billion.
It's very interesting news. And in other news, a big shakeup. Jesper Anderson is taking over for Robert Thomas as the CEO of Infoblox. Now, Anderson spent 5 years as the Senior Vice President at Cisco. Before that, he was higher up at Oracle. Infoblox specializes in network security. The new CEO announcement caused a noticeable spike in the company's stock prices, so pretty big deal for them.
That's right. Some of the other stories we're following today, private equity firms make EE acquisitions into a 3E race. The pursuit of EE has become a 3-horse race, with private equity firms KKR and Apax reportedly reviving their past interest in a joint bid for the United Kingdom's largest operator. BT's in the pole position because it's already in talks with the operator, and Hutchinson Whampoa has also gotten into the mix.
Now, that's a big deal because everyone's been talking about BT getting back into the game, and now with this news, it'll be interesting to see just how this shakes off, really.
Yeah, there's another little story with BT that we're following involving Vodafone looking to buy Liberty Global. In the wake of BT's acquisition talks with the owners of EE and O2, Vodafone's reportedly now considering a bid for the cable group Liberty Global. It's been reported that the mobile operator already approached Liberty earlier this year, but found the price expectations a little too high.
Everybody's looking to buy something. It started, when BT came out and announced that they wanted to buy EE or, who else were they?
Yeah, it's a lot of competition for all of these companies over here, and we mentioned earlier about the EU moving for sort of a unified telecommunications regulation, so there's a lot of moving parts in the EU right now.
It's very interesting. And T-Pay just announced they're partnering with 19 carriers. Now, this is in 12 different countries around the region. They'll offer 200 million mobile subscribers, or more than half of the population in the Arab region, the ability to charge their online and digital purchases directly to their phone bills through direct operators billing. So you're seeing a lot of financial things moving onto the phone.
That's right. And,
Mobile wallets.
Yeah, digital banking, that's huge.
Huge
and
right
particularly
now.
in some of these developing regions. We've done some coverage of what's happening with mobile banking in Africa and just sort of some staggering figures there. But we want to thank you for joining us today for Global Joe. Today's program was brought to you by telecomcareers.com.
And we'll see you back here for the midday show.